Hi, Tony again from Estate Planning Solutions. Hopefully you downloaded the court case Manley versus Manley, saw the horrendous cost by having it done by a public trustee for free, and maybe you're doing something about your own situation. This week we're going to cover what's known as dying intestate, and all that basically means is dying without a will. It actually has two meanings. One is dying without a will, and the second one is you've done a will but you haven't distributed all your property. So what happens is pretty simple. We're relating this to Queensland. This is not legal advice, and it can be looked at yourself. You can do the research, but just going to let you know briefly what happens. And again, a specialist can tell you all this stuff. But firstly, what happens is there are four things that happen. So number one, if you die and you have a spouse, pretty simple, all goes to your spouse. Easy. Second one, if you die and you've got a spouse and kids in Queensland, first $150,000 goes to the spouse, and the spouse gets all the household goodies, and then the rest is split between the kids. Third thing that happens is, let's say you die, you don't have a spouse but you've got kids, it gets split equally amongst the kids. That's easy. Fourth one's a little bit different. If you die and you've got no spouse and you've got no kids, here's what happens is three things happen. A, it goes to your mum and dad. Pretty simple. But if you don't have a mum and dad, if they've passed away, the second thing that happens is it goes to next of kin. Next of kin can be grandparents, brothers, sisters, cousins, whoever wants to jump out of the woodwork who claims they're a relative. Obviously they've got to prove they are. Now, if none of those are alive, it ends up in pocket C, which is the government. So it does highlight that you need to get one done. Now, a lot of times I do hear when I'm doing talks publicly, or somebody says, this is all too hard, I'm going to let them fight over it, let them worry about it when I'm gone. That's okay, but the thing is, if you are thinking like that, guess what you've done? You've already made a decision which is going to cost your family money, because at the end of the day, somebody's going to have to sort it out if you don't do it properly, or you don't do it, which means that someone will be appointed to clean up the mess you left, and then they're going to take their fees out and they come around, knock on the door, and then give your family the change. So it's like if I came knocking on your door saying, can you give me some money, you're going to shut the door in my face. So if you don't have a will, you really need to do one, because if you say they can fight over it when I'm gone, you've actually silently appointed a complete stranger who you don't know, who's going to mull over the estate, probably drag it out, take a heap of fees, and whatever's left, give it to your family. So food for thought. Catch you next time.